show up, and they're hungry, and they smell freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. And they're excited. They can see the cookies. They're getting ready to sit down and do that. And so they all sat down around the cookies, and they divided the group in two, and then they brought big plates of radishes, your favorite. Up there were probably with Brussels sprouts, maybe not as high. And they're looking at each other, and it says, okay, this is what we need to do. This side, go ahead and eat the chocolate chip cookies. The other side says, we know you want your chocolate chip cookies, but this is part of the test. You need to exercise some willpower and resist and eat the radishes. Sounds pretty simple, but it was amazing what they found out. So they're just eating the cookies. They send them to another room, and the ones are eating the radishes, looking at the cookies, resisting, exercising willpower, exercising that muscle. And then they sent them to another room to where they had puzzles that were unsolvable. You couldn't solve them. They want to see how long they would go before they gave up. Such an interesting thing. What they found out is those who had the radishes, those who exercised their willpower, those that drained their battery, gave up 3 times faster than the ones who ate the chocolate chip cookies. And so you have to look at yourself. If you're exercising your willpower all day long, you have to say, okay, by the end of the day, it's going to get pretty low. And here's some things they found out. If you want to recharge that battery, things they found that works is you have to be careful. First of all, negative emotions drain your willpower. Worry, hate, resentment will drain your willpower fast. So on the flip side, positive emotion charges your battery. Good emotions. Looking towards the future, seeing the vision. Some people read affirmations. Sometimes you just need a little quick nap to recharge your battery. Another thing they found out is humor recharges that battery. Maybe you need to watch a little Seinfeld or something, whatever it is, to get a little laugh. That's worked. But the biggest thing is that you need to be aware that your willpower is low and you need to recharge it. That's all part of that commitment. And part of that commitment, too, is having that burning desire. Napoleon Hill talks about this, that burning desire. You want it more than anything else. I should be able to wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So what is your primary goal? What do you want to focus on? What do you do in that burning desire? People will throw water on it. We talked about that, to have that burning desire. And you need to have vision. Vision of the future more than anything else will dictate your day-to-day decision. Do you see yourself in the future? Can you taste it? Can you touch it? Can you feel it? When you look at the things you want to accomplish, are you already there? Again, the universe will not reward you physically until you believe it mentally. And number 3, emotional mastery. And I talked about when you get home, you're all upset, I don't care anymore, you've had a bad day. You need to make, and this is the important thing to write down, your commitment stronger than your moods. You need to make your commitment to success, commitment to yourself, commitment to your goals stronger than your moods. And understand your willpower and understand how it works. It's critical for your success. It's critical for your happiness. That's what we want to talk about a little bit now is happiness. Now, is happiness an all-time high or an all-time low? People aren't that happy anymore. Do you like to be around bitter, negative, pessimistic people? Anybody? It's very contagious. And so I hate to break the news to you, but as you look at life, there are no reset buttons. There's no mulligans. There's no takeovers. This is it. Is that true? So we might as well enjoy the journey. As you look at people, as we study people that become financially independent, money just makes you more of what you already are. So if you're not happy along the way, money's just going to make it worse. So as you look at happiness, you have to understand you have to have your own definition. What is happiness to you? It doesn't matter what society thinks, your neighbors think, your parents think. What is happiness to you? You have to be able to define that and realize that happiness comes from within. Now, sure, external things like cars and homes will give you temporary happiness, but we're talking about long-term happiness. My favorite definition of happiness comes from Ingrid Bergman, who says, happiness is good health and a bad memory. Pretty simple. I mean, health is important, but the bad memory is we get so caught up in people that have wronged us that we get resentment and the anger, and it consumes us. We're so worried. We get worried about it. And I was talking to a neighbor once that somebody had wronged her 10 years before, and she was holding this grudge, and she couldn't believe they did that. So let's go talk to him. She reluctantly came, and we went to the neighbor, and she says, you know what? This has been on my mind for a long time. 10 years ago, this, and this happened, and guess what he said? It